Hey y'all, if you like this albino rabbit look for Easter specifically, stay tuned. What is up, y'all? Should I say what's up, sheeple? Oh my gosh, Easter. I do like Easter a lot. I know I'm looking hella sexy in this video, so try to keep it in your pants. But this is what we're emulating. These are the inspo pics. A lot of white, a lot of red, some pink, which does not work for me. It always turns from red to pink, no matter what. But inspired by an albino bunny. So, fun fact, my dream pet, like that's not a dog, basically, it would be probably a bunny. I went through a phase recently where I was asking my fiance, I'm like, please. But we decided against it just because we travel and stuff. So I don't want to put that responsibility on someone else. So what's a girl to do besides, oh, I don't know, turn herself into a rabbit. So that's what we're doing. I'm mixing some of my regular foundation with a white concealer. You can also use a concealer that's way too light, whatever works. And blending that together with a brush. I think the foundation stick was Fenty, and then the white concealer is Kimchi Chic. So blending in with a brush. If you like texture, keep the brush strokes. If not, like for fur. If not, do what I do and blend it out with a beauty blender or a sponge of some sort. Taking a very vibrant pink. I'm putting it in, let's see, like the hollow outer third of my eye, the inner part of my nose bridge by my eyebrows, the tip of my nose, a little bit on my chin, going from my cheek to my temple underneath my eye, keeping it kind of high up. And then blending it out. So if you have chubbier cheeks, honestly, this look will be a little bit better for you, or a soft jaw. In my case, I have a little bit of both. And so it looked extra, like, cute, in my opinion. So try not to contour your face. I don't end up contouring, like, at all in this video. I just use blush to create my shadows and eyeshadow from there. After blending that out, I did cut my crease just so that I didn't lose my eyelid, and I want to make my eyes look kind of big. So I'm just taking a little bit of the white concealer and shaping that out. It doesn't need to be perfect. I like a softer cut crease versus a very harsh one. It just tends to look better on my features. So do what works for you though. After that, I am taking a lip liner. This is also Kimchi, I think. It's just a relatively similar purple, and creating a shadow underneath my nose connecting to my upper lip. So following your cupid's bow. Not cupid's bow, what is that, philtrum? And then clean it up as need be. And then I'm just filling in my upper lip. A lot of this was a little tedious, just because I have a slightly deviated septum. So connecting it to be symmetrical was a little difficult. And then I'm also creating a shadow underneath my bottom lip by just lining right there. Just in the center. After that, I am baking, and then to keep everything in its place, I press like a stamp. It's not like rubbing, which is what you should always do in my opinion when you bake, but some people like drag it and I don't get that. Alright, while that's baking, I did my eyebrows. I'm just using a white mascara that I have. This came in a bulk pack from Amazon, and then I used the gum, like the gunk on it to create a better white. So you'll see me going with the tip instead of on the side, and just kind of apply whatever gooey is on there. After that, I'm going in with like a hot pink. This is actually burgundy in the pan, like a dark pink or a dark red. But on the skin, it always transfers as pink, which is fine. Since it was the Easter look, I didn't want it to look too like spooky. I was like, I just want to be a cute little bunny. So it worked, but if you're not going for that, use a better red. I've also done a lot of red and white looks already, so I wanted to try pink. I know, super crazy, but I am focusing in on my chin, underneath my eyes, and then a lot on the forehead, because my wig did not come in time that I wanted to use, so I'm using a bangless wig, so I needed to contour the heck out of my forehead just so it looked a little bit more cohesive. And then taking a true red and using it to create shadows even more so and more dimension. So like right underneath my eyes. on the inside of my nose. Inside of my nose? That's not what I meant. But, you know, inside of my eyes on my nose bridge. Tip of my nose. The philtrum again? Philtrum. Anyway. The top of the bridge of my nose and then a little bit of my chin. And then on my forehead, again, to create more dimension. You see how it goes from like the light pink to the dark pink there. Or more opaque. Using a white eyeliner pen, I'm just creating a little bit of a graphic liner. My eyes would not stop watering though, because again, I have sinuses or sinus issues because it's spring. Boy, oh boy. Though I should count my blessings, it's been not so bad lately. So after drawing a really simple line on top, I'm just creating my eyelashes on the bottom by, how would I even describe this? Use the pen to your favor. Lay it in the way that the eyelash would look. So a lot of the time I'm putting the point on my waterline and then dragging out while lifting up. Anyway, I have a pink highlighter, putting some of that on just so it looks cute and shiny. And then from Trixie Cosmetics, she has this like white sparkle highlighter. It's a little chunky, but I honestly didn't mind it just for the nose. And then taking a very dark red matte lipstick, I am putting it all over my top lip, blending it so it doesn't look too cuckoo, and then only on the inner part of my bottom lip. So I'm not taking it all the way to the edge. I want to create that illusion of a very heavy top lip and then a very subdued bottom lip, we'll say. It's just a lot of just going in and tweaking. I did have to go in with concealer off camera and kind of chill it out on the bottom. So do what you got to do. And then taking that lip liner from earlier, I am carving out my white eyeliner on the top just so that it looks a little bit more crisp, a little bit more stark. It helps that this is a little bit darker of a pink, like a mauve purple almost. And then going ahead and putting on eyelashes on top. And then that white mascara from earlier on my bottom lashes, my real lashes. And then I put in, did you see the nose twitch? My mom always makes fun of me for doing that, saying I look like a bunny. So shout out to Cindy because she inspired this partly. But put on my contacts. Off camera, I'm putting on my wig. My ears. One second. And I just styled this wig real quick. I don't know. It worked out. I can't barely see anything with these contacts in because there's no hole for the pupil. So for all I knew, this looked like craziness, but it actually turned out pretty good. So I was quite happy with this final look. Look how cute it is. Oh my goodness. All right. I didn't know if my teeth looked yellow. They looked yellow with my contacts on, but I think that's just because they were red. All right. And then happy Easter, everybody. And these are some unedited front camera photos this time of this look. So if you like it, go ahead and check me out on Instagram and TikTok. Like, comment, subscribe on here. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. And as always, thank you and have a great day.